Hello everyone, welcome to this unboxing of this package right here. This brown package. This is not an ASMR video, what am I doing? Anyhow, I'm going to open this up. Wow! A box that opens well. Okay, so what I have right here is my order of Oracle cards, and well, let me just show them all. So, well, I ordered three decks. The first one I came across was this the Rune Vision cards by Sylvia Gainsford with Howard Rodway, and this is the box. I hope you can see it. The sun is shining and I don't know if there's a lot of glare on it, but it's a yellow box with the runes on the outside, and the back says, the runic alphabet was created 2,000 years ago by the Germanic peoples of Northern Europe. It is steeped in magic and mythicism, encompassing this ancient culture's beliefs and traditions from the everyday to their most sacred. The runic oracle was used to enlist the powerful influence of the Norse gods and goddesses that it represented. Now you can do the same using the book and the cards contained in this pack. And it contains 25 cards, beautifully illustrated and evocative, book explaining the symbolism of the cards and how to interpret their oracular meanings. And it is created by an internationally acclaimed illustrator and expert author. So the book is colored and it has apparently 160 pages. And the cards are 25 illustrated cards with the dimensions of 9.5 by 14 centimeters. So there are these. I didn't know this was so big. So it is The Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish and artwork by Selena Fenech. And it is, from what I can see on the box, the artwork is going to be stunning. And I'm really drawn to aesthetically pleasing cards because I have a background of drawing a lot, and it's very beautiful. And it features 47 cards and a 188-page guidebook, so that's quite a book in there. And this is by Blue Angel Publishing. Apparently, I think it's the same publishing thingy as the next one, but you are invited to enter the realm of the fairy. The wild wisdom of the fairy oracle is your doorway into the magical realm of the fairy. Each gloriously illustrated card is brimming with secrets, messages, insights, and guidance directly from the most helpful and wise of nature's guardians, delivering clear messages and direct and loving guidance. Easy to read, yet deep, mystical, and rich, The Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle includes an in-depth guidebook revealing the secret lore of the fairy realm, as well as a clear lesson on how to connect, create, and nurture deep relationships with your own fairy guardians and allies. The included card layouts allow you to give powerful, insightful, and accurate readings for yourself and others. When you connect with a Fae, their powerful natural magics can assist with healing and enhancing your health, activating vivid psychic abilities, gaining insight and direction within your relationships, and awakening your innate connection to abundance. Your life then becomes an inspirational experience full of meaning and joy. Your own ability to see, sense, and feel the Fae accurately will grow stronger and clearer each time you work with this enchanted, inspiring deck, steeped in authentic, deep fairy magics. I really didn't know it was this big, but dear lord, it's huge. I don't know how big the cards are, but can you, I don't know if you can see, but from the look of the cards on the back right here, you can also see that the artwork is going to be incredibly stunning. The last one, for which I'm super excited, this one came off more easily than the other one, is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, lifting the veil between worlds every night. So this is also by Blue Angel Publishing, and the artwork on the cards drew me in. Like I said, I am a person that loves aesthetically pleasing things, and the artwork is just stunning on these. I mean, look at the skull already. I wish this was the back of the cards, because the back of the cards is the same as the layout of the box, with a black matte finish, and then you have bats, witch's head, a jack-o'-lantern, ghosts, a cat and a cauldron on, and they are a little bit shiny. And that's the back of the cards as well. I've looked up a few reviews on this deck, yeah, that's the only thing I would have changed, but really it doesn't really much matter, as long as the message and the art on the card itself is stunning and clear and you know, easy for you to give readings and stuff like that. So yeah, there is these. Let's open these babies up and wrap them from the plastic that I'm going to do off camera, because that's going to take a while. So here are all the Oracle cards removed, well, with the wrapping and everything removed, with the plastic wrapping removed. I'm going to flip through the decks rather quickly. I'm going to do an in-depth review later on. So I have to admit that I have used all 3 decks already. As I'm filming this, is like, it arrived on Wednesday or Tuesday? It arrives on Tuesday and we're right now Friday, so because I was busy doing stuff, it had to wait, and I couldn't wait to not use them. So let's start with the Rune Vision cards. So this is the Rune Vision deck by Sylvia Gainsford and Howard Rodway. The weird thing is that Sylvia Gainsford is the artist of the cards and Howard Rodway is the author of the guidebook, and probably the person that came up with the cards as a whole, with the idea. So it's weird that the artist is mentioned first and then the author, because usually it is the author mentioned first, followed by the artist that did the art for the cards. So this is the box, like I already showed you. It's a difficult box to open since there are no, well, holes right here to pull it open, like holes like these. For example, on this deck, you can see you can put your thumb there and just slide it off. So it is a bit of a troublesome box, but that's that. Then the first thing you see is the guidebook, and if you remove that, then you get to the cards. So let's talk about the guidebook first before I flip to the cards. So the guidebook looks like this. You have a table of contents. First thing is an author's note, a foreword, an introduction to Norse mythology and whatnot. Then you have the runic alphabet and the runes belonging to which goddess, like runes number 1 to 8 belong to Freya, 9 to 16 belong to Hagal, and numbers 17 to 24 belong to Tyr, and the blank rune number 25 exists on its own, apparently. So these are the runes. And then you go through the information about each rune. So there is that. So basically, well, if, say for example, you want to read more about rune 21, Lagus, it explains what you can see on the card, basically. Then it explains about the god associated with the rune, and then you have the small section on the rune itself. So you have the meaning, the image, the objects associated with it, animals, the god, the tree, and the color of the rune. Then you got the divinatory significance followed by the reverse meaning. So yeah, there is that. Then you come to the section consulting the Oracle of the Runes, how to read the cards, some spreads, and then the symbols are explained, and the colors and the trees of the runes. Section on the gods and goddesses, the appendix, which is an interview of yet to reach a bibliography at meaningful addresses, and a quick reference to the meaning of the rune vision cards, which is a lot easier to consult if you are doing a reading just for yourself or for a client, because you won't have to flip through the entire thing. And you can just look them up. So here we have the cards. I'm just going to flip through them. First off, we have the first rune, Feu, which is the goddess Freya. It's lovely art, really. I gotta say the artist isn't exactly shy of drawing her character's naked. So there will be boobs, there will be nipples, and one ass picture in there as well. But yeah, she isn't really clad in anything. So here is the goddess Freya in her birthday suit. Next up we have the rune Urus with the god Vidar. Turisas with Loki and his son Jormungand. Anzus, associated with the god Odin. Odin appears twice in this deck. Raido with Thor. Apparently, according to Norse mythology, Thor was a redhead, but Marvel Comics made him into a blonde, and that's always that's how I thought Thor looked like, blonde, but apparently he isn't. So it was really weird to see a ginger or red-headed Thor, but apparently that's how it's supposed to be. Then Kaunas with the goddess Schult or Skult. I think it's pronounced as Schult, but I'm not really sure. I'll probably end up pronouncing their names in a wrong manner. Gabo with the goddess Gefjon. Runyo with the Valkyries. Apparently this rune is not connected to a certain god or goddess, so that's why the Valkyries are depicted here. Hagalas with the goddess Hela. Nophis, tree spirits, also not really related to a certain god. Isa with the goddess Shadi, or Skadi, however you want to pronounce it, I guess. Yera with the goddess Sif. Ewas with the gods Uller or Ul, depending on how it is transcribed into English. Perto with the goddess Frigg. Algis with the god Heimdall. Sobulo with Baldur or Balder. Tewas with the god Tyr. Pergana with the goddess Urt. Ewas with the goddess Iduna. Manas with the Allfather, so there's basically Odin again. Lagus with the god Njord. Ingus with the god Frey, fertility god. Ophila with Vali. Dagas with Verdandi. And the last card is the blank rune, which has no depiction whatsoever. Then, the biggest deck of them all, in terms of boxing, is the Fairy Oracle. The Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, artwork by Selina Fenich. It has 47 cards, which is an odd number, and I do not really like it because I have a tendency to shuffle my cards into piles and I want them to be even, but yeah. So it's an odd numbered card with an even numbered page guidebook, which is ridiculously big, which is like as big as this box. Apparently this dates from before all the Blue Angel decks became sized like this, and which is a little easier to take on the go and stuff, but I like the big box. I like it. I like the art. To be honest, I did a few readings with these cards, but I don't find the messages that clear to me, but I think the more I work with this deck, the more I'll be able to tap into that Fae energy, and I'll be able to read the cards the way I should be able to. For example, the Goddess cards, they read very easily for me, as well as the Halloween Oracle cards. They definitely read easily for me. So I don't know, it's something with the imagery and the caption that sometimes throws me off in this deck, but that's that. So as you can see, it is a rather big guidebook. I'm not going to walk through it a lot, like there is sections on who the fairies are, blessed by the fairies, how to communicate and heal by working with the fairy realm, who can connect with them, why the fairy energy, the beliefs, all that kind of stuff. So how to work with them, when to work, probably should try to definitely work with the cards on these dates, because I have a feeling I might be able to read them better. Then the symbols, the signs, the fairies are with you, the realm of the fairy. Then you have certain spreads, what reversals are, and another 3 layouts. So the 7 card reading, the fairy star, the fairy cross reading, the trinity spread, and then we come to the cards interpretation. So basically it explains something about the cards, the meanings behind them, and the reversed meanings. And this goes for all 47 cards. The book is, by the way, not in color, it is black and white. That's it, I guess. Then there is a small section on the author and one on the artist, and some other available decks from the publisher, which is Blue Angel Publishing, which is an Australian publisher. So, like, for example, the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, Mythic Oracle. Ooh, that's something I'd like. Ooh, Greek myths. That might be a deck I might order. Here are the cards themselves. Like, they are on the bigger side. Compared to, say, example, the Doreen Virtune cards, they are bigger and a bit wider. And the cardstock is a little bit more flimsier. Like, it bends more easily, but it's still a good quality cardstock. And look at the backing. I love the backing a lot. So the first cards are the 3 Graces, cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. Solace, return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, and flower essences. Riddler Fisher, divination, seeking out and finding answers. The Story Keeper, tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. I love the art. I do love the art on these cards, though. They're very beautifully done. Secret Doorway, working with intuitions, second sight opening, dimensional doorways. Dark Moon, maturation, growing up, introspection, know thyself. The Fairy Wishing Well, manifestation, expectations and offerings. Cry for nature, mourning for something sacred which seems lost. I love how this is in black and white, or grayscale really. Silver Sisters, time to take protection from the toxic thoughts and energy. I gotta ask why this is depicted and not something else. I don't know why. It's just it doesn't really fit the caption really, but oh well. The Unicorn and the Maiden, communication with Unicorn, purification, undercover action. Barnabas and the Prince. Adventures, discovery, travel, meeting destiny. Gossamer Princess, communication, relationship work to be done, catch me, trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. This is a clear card. This is a rather clear card. Light the darkness, ancestors, ancestral line, generational gift. I found this one hard to read. It popped up in a reading for one of my friends, but it was, I don't know, it wasn't in a context that I didn't really know how to explain it to her, even with the guidebook. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, unawakened. Special place. Find your own safe space inside and out. Acorns invitation. Touch, exchange, and connection. Once again, I don't really know how to read this card. It also popped up in a reading. Scared to fly. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. This is pretty clear. Fairy tales, letting go, detachment, moving on. The littlest fairy. Appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small. Crystal magic. Creation, dawn, the beginning. Snail space, slow down, grounding, listen for the heartbeat of the earth, subtle energies. Follow me. Come, this is your invitation to enter the fairy realm. Golden gift, magical help is on its way. The Grail Fairy, fertility, return of life, health, life cycles. Little boy blue, dreams come true, return of the soul. Carry me home. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. Once was innocent, knowledge means change. Into the woods, stranger in a strange land, new experiences, feeling uncertain, transition soon. Far, far away, creative daydreaming, she's away with the fairies. Beauty and the Beast, unconditional love. Beauty's truth, beauty, physical pleasure and sensuality. The Merlin, guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. Glimpse, indigo, rainbow, crystal children and beyond, which really this caption doesn't help me at all. I have to consult the guide for this if I drew this card or it showed up. Stardust, premonition, galactic communications, beginnings and endings. This is a bit clearer. Child of the moon, forgiveness, transcending the ego. Keeper of secrets, use your discernment, confide in a trusted friend, keep silent about knowledge. Which is a bit opposite. I mean, if you trust a friend with your secrets, but you keep silent about knowledge, it's a bit weird. A bit contradictory. Green Man's Bride. Sacred union, commitment ceremony, maturing into deep relationship. Shimmer, glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. The Green Man's Door. Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. Mother and Daughter, mothering, teaching, sharing knowledge, nurturing self-worth. Communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions and guardianship, and I forgot to say the title, so Dragon's Pet. The Midnight Prince, ask what you want, be honest. Ask for what you want. Secret Path, an irresistible pull down an indistinct path, ley lines and magical traditions. The Gatekeeper, fairy time, time shifts and dimensional slips. Fairy Lovers. New love, courtship, romance and falling in love. And the Gift, a present, an offer, nurturance, growth and potential. And then the last deck I was the most excited about getting is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco with artwork by Jimmy Manton. I ordered another deck by Stacey DeMarco and with the same artist, and that is the Gods and Titans Oracle. So here's a look at the guidebook and the cards. This is their back. It's the same what's printed on the box. As you can see, to me the back could have been different, but it isn't that much of an issue really. It's more about what is on this side of the card than actually the back. Though it would have been nice if the back had been a little bit more fancy. Then this is what the guidebook looks like. It's once again black and white. It is by Blue Angel Publishing as well. This deck is dedicated to all those who still love to play on All Hallows Eve. May the jack-o'-lanterns burn brightly for you. In the table of contents, there's a little bit info about trick or treat, truth or dare, a little bit more information about what Halloween actually is, where it came from, what the roots are of it. Then there is how to use this deck with a single card divination, Halloween 3-card draw, which is basically just a 3-card spread that most decks uses, a jack-o'-lantern divination, then you can dedicate your cards, and then you need this is a certain ritual you can do to get the most out of your cards. I didn't do that. I simply went through the entire deck, touching each card, thinking about it for a little before moving on to the next one. And then I read the guidebook about all the cards. Not that everything stayed saved into my brain, but I went through the guidebook. Then I grabbed the deck in my non-dominant hand, so my right hand. With my dominant hand, I knocked my knuckles onto it to clear the energy out of the cards of previous handlers, and then I asked for the cards to give me clear messages, and so basically I did that, and I did the same with the Fairy Oracle, yet it didn't seem to work, so I might do something different with the Fairy Oracle. So I might do a dedicating them. So there is that kind of ritual. Then there are sections about the cards. You have once again the card name, the caption on the card, small poem, and then a sort of lengthy explanation about the card. And the last paragraph is what the I'm sorry, I'm yawning, I'm so tired. What the card means when drawn. So that goes for all 36 cards, I believe. This is an even card deck, which is very nice. And after that, there is something about the author and some other oracle cards that are available by Blue Angel Publishing. And lo and behold, Gods and Titans Oracle is in there, which is also by Stacey DeMarco and Jimmy Manton, and is basically like they have a sister set to it, which is Goddesses and Sirens, and these are Gods and Titans. So basically these are the female version of this one, basically. So yeah, I think since I already have a goddess deck, I wanted to have to do something with gods. So merely a pure male deck, and this one, I like the art on it. I really like the art on it. So what I saw on the website of Blue Angel Publishing, you can order it there. So I might leave a link there. It just also says this deck has 36 cards as well and a detailed handbook. And there is that. Some other oracles available, and there is that. First card is Ancestors, the love and legacy from our DNA. A lovely tree with a DNA strand going through. Apple, risk and reward. Barmbrack. Sweetness and synergy. Black cat, fortune meets opportunity, which is nice because generally black cats are associated with unfortunate events. A cauldron, synergy and healing. Dawn, the light after the darkness. Death, eternal cycle begins here. Eternal love. Love is love and it transcends physical death. Forgiveness, reducing burden. Ghost, regret. Graveyard, unnecessary fear. The hearth, I don't know how to pronounce this. Happiness in our hearts and homes. Invisibility, authenticity. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Lady de los Muertos. I've heard really, really weird pronunciations on this card. I don't know. I've really heard weird pronunciations of the Spanish part of this. So, Lady de los Muertos. I've really heard really weird. So, de los Muertos. I don't know. I can't even pronounce it that way. Yeah, it's weird, but still. So it's acceptance and equality, and I really like that it isn't the that a Mexican tradition is also incorporated into this, because Dia de los Muertos is celebrated during the Day of the Death or the Festival of the Deaf, and is typically Mexican or Hispanic. I don't really know. I think it's more of a Mexican thing. Might come from the Aztecs even, I don't know. I don't know the history of that festival. The lamp, remembrance. Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Mummy stands for change. Night song, hidden talents. Owl, wise seeing, wise action, which I really love this card. I love that, the caption of it. Scrying, intuition. Skeleton, strength. Skull of darkness, blind spots. Skull of flowers, creating through the ashes. Skull of light, illumination. Skull of stars, infinite possibilities. Spider, community and web weaving. Trick or treat, mischief and play. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. Vampire, emotional intelligence. The veil, unveiling the future. Werewolf, exploring wildness. Winter, the sacredness of pausing, which is also a really positive outlook on winter, really. The witch, the earthy weaver of the worlds. And last but not least, zombie control. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this a thumbs up, and I will do an in-depth review on each of my well, oracle decks, of which I have right now. I've got 4 oracle decks and 1 tarot deck, which is like the Rider-Waite tarot. Quickly show you this one right here, this little guy. It's your standard tarot deck, really. And now I've got these affirmation cards, like inside cards. These are all in Dutch though, but I bought these just, you know. So there is that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!